The typical American full-time paycheck is about $64,000 a year. Here is what almost nobody tells you about that paycheck. It is enough to build a $1 million portfolio. No startup, no crypto, no six-figure salary. The recipe is 15% of it, $803 a month, flowing into a plain index fund and left alone. At 8%, deliberately below the market's long-run average, that crosses $1 million in about 28 years. Now the part that should get your attention. Researchers surveyed more than 10,000 real American millionaires, the largest study of its kind. Their average time to the first million was 28 years. The spreadsheet and the real world agree with each other. Today we walk that timeline year by year and cover the 4 traps that knock people off it.
First, throw out the picture in your head. In that 10,000 millionaire study, 79% received no inheritance at all. Only 3% inherited $1 million or more. 8 out of 10 came from families at or below middle income. And the salaries were not what you think. Only 31% averaged 6 figures across their career, and a full third never earned 6 figures in any single working year. The top 5 careers of American millionaires: engineer, accountant, teacher, management, attorney. Teachers are in the top 3. And 8 out of 10 of these millionaires built their wealth in the most boring vehicle in finance, the workplace retirement plan. Wealth in America is mostly built, not handed down, which means the timeline we are about to walk is open to almost anyone with a steady paycheck.
Here is why an average salary is enough. In the full 28-year plan, you deposit about $270,000 of your own money. The finished portfolio holds $1 million. The other $730,000 is growth. The market contributes almost $3 for every one you put in. You are not saving your way to $1 million. You are buying a machine that compounds, and the machine takes over sooner than people think. By around year 9, with roughly $120,000 in the account, its yearly growth starts to out-earn your yearly deposits. From that point forward, your money is a better earner than your discipline. Everything before that point is the hard part, which is exactly why most people quit before the machine switches on. Now the timeline we promised. $803 a month, 8%, starting from 0. Year 5, $59,000, barely moving. Year 10, $147,000. Year 15, $278,000. Now watch the curve bend. Year 20, $473,000. Year 25, $764,000. Year 28, $1 million. Notice the shape of that journey. The first $100,000 takes 7.5 years. The last $100,000 takes about 14 months. Same deposits, same market. The only difference is the size of the machine doing the compounding. That is why the beginning feels broken. It is not broken. It is just the flat part of the curve, and everyone who reached the end had to walk through it.
So where does $800 a month come from on a median paycheck? Not from willpower alone. Start with the match. The most common employer formula pays a full match on your first 3% and half on the next 2. On the median salary, that is about $214 a month of someone else's money, which means your true share of the 15% is 11%, $589 a month. Call it $19 a day. Still real money. But here is the encouraging part. The average total savings rate in American retirement plans just hit 14.4%, the highest ever recorded. Ordinary savers, as a group, are already standing next to the target. Automate the transfer on payday, capture every matched dollar, and the 15% stops being a monthly decision and becomes plumbing.
The timeline has one ruthless variable: your start date. Say the goal is $1 million by 65, at the same 8%. Start at 25 and the price is $286 a month. Start at 30 and it is $436. Start at 35, $671. Wait until 45 and the price is nearly $1,700 a month, 6 times the price of starting young for the same $1 million. Every year you wait, compounding quietly repriced your goal upward. Now flip that around. If you are 25 and reading about side hustles and stock picks, the cheapest $1 million you will ever be offered is sitting in your payroll portal right now. And if you are 45, the math is steeper, but it is not closed. The most expensive option on the menu is another year of waiting.
4 traps take people off this timeline. Trap 1, cashing out the retirement account when changing jobs. It feels like found money, and it amputates the curve right where it bends. Roll it over instead. Trap 2. Stopping deposits in a crash. The timeline already includes crashes. Quitting during one locks in the damage and skips the recovery, and the recovery is where the money is made. Trap 3. Fees. Run our exact plan at 7% instead of 8%. The difference one extra point of fees can make, and the 28-year total drops by about $169,000. A fee you barely notice can eat a sixth of your million. Trap 4. Lifestyle inflation. Every raise that silently disappears into spending was a chance to shorten the timeline, spent on shortening your patience instead. 28 years is the default, not the ceiling. 3 accelerators. 1. Save half of every raise. Your lifestyle still improves with every pay bump, but your 15% quietly becomes 18, then 20, and the timeline compresses by years. 2. Feed the machine from outside the paycheck. Last episode, we showed that the average side hustle, fully invested, is its own self-made million. Even a small one shaves years off this curve. 3. Put the dollars in the right rooms. Capture the full match first, then a Roth IRA, up to $7,500 this year. Then back to the workplace plan, which takes up to $24,500. Same deposits, better tax treatment, faster compounding. None of this requires a new income. It requires deciding, once, where new money goes before it arrives. Step back and look at what this plan does not include. No startup, no crypto, no lucky stock pick, no rich uncle. Just a paycheck, a percentage, and a timeline. If that sounds too boring to be real, look at the scoreboard. One large brokerage alone now counts 645,000 retirement plan millionaires among its everyday savers. In the Big Millionaire study, 75% credited regular, consistent investing over a long period as the reason they got there, and 94% live on less than they make. Nobody brags about this plan at parties. It does not photograph well. It just works, quietly, on salaries that look exactly like yours. The boring path is not the slow path. For an average earner, it is the only reliable path, and it is wide open.
3 moves this week. 1. Find your own 15% number. Multiply your monthly gross pay by 0.15 and see how close your current contribution plus your match already gets you. 2. Automate the gap. Raise your contribution today, capture the full match, and turn on auto-escalation so it climbs 1% each year without you. 3. Write down your year 5 and year 10 numbers from this timeline and keep them somewhere visible, because the flat years are where this plan is won or lost. Do that and the timeline stops being a video you watched and starts being a date on your calendar. Next time on The Long Game, house hacking. What if your biggest monthly expense quietly became your biggest wealth builder? Living for free while the people next door pay down your mortgage. We run the honest math, shared walls and all. This channel is education, not financial advice. If this video saved you money, the like button helps someone else find it. Subscribe to The Long Game HQ for weekly money math without the hype. And watch next, house hacking. What if your biggest monthly expense quietly became your biggest wealth builder?